Hi, welcome. My name is Melissa Ruckman, and if you see my first video, then you know that I have declared 2022 as my year. The year that I am going to give up TV to become a unicorn. I declared that I was going to make 2022 my year to focus on my dreams and my goals. One of my dreams is being a published author, and some of my other goals like weight loss and some other things. So my plan is to take the entire year and focus on my goals and my dreams and incorporating some really good habits. It is my hope that by the end of the year that I will have incorporated enough good habits and enough behaviors that I will be able to be part of the 1%ers, that I can live my true inner unicorn, and that I will live the life that I hoped to live and do the things that I really want to do. One of those main things being a published author. I have three main goals. My goal that I am going to concentrate on and be consistent with is to reach my goal weight and my goal body fat percentage. I'm going to base those percentages and weight goals on what is recommended for me at my age and my body type and things like that. So I'll research that and get in more detail later. My second goal is to finish my debut novel and have it submitted to an agent in time so that by the end of the year I will have heard back from at least one agent, even if they don't like it. I just want to have finished my novel, submitted it to an agent, and hear something back. And my third goal is to have my author platform established. Starting here, I do have more goals and habits I want to incorporate, but those are going to be included in another video. I need to nail down some timelines and some more goals to go with that. But for January, it has been a month since I started my goals, and I did start some stuff on January 1st. So how did it go? What the hell happened in January? So one of the things I did start on January 1st was the keto diet. I had to learn how to count carbs, what counted as net carbs and what didn't. One of the things that really threw me for a loop was the Halo ice cream, because it says the entire container is only 5 grams of carbs, which doesn't seem to be true necessarily. I'm still learning about those little tiny details like that. Has something to do with sugar alcohols and what kind of sugars they are. So I'm still learning about that, but all in all, it hasn't been real hard. I just have to make up some recipes. I went to the library and I actually got me a keto little cookbook kind of thing here. I've looked through it for some ideas and I've made some adjustments and stuff. So I have had some success on the keto diet. I've been doing it for the entire month. So I have 31 days of keto down. So I weighed in on the 1st of January and I weighed 175.5. I also took my body fat percentage, which was 36.7, and I also took my measurements. So when I weighed in the first week, I weighed 168.7, which I lost 6.8 pounds, which was awesome, but I know the first week is water weight. So while that was awesome, I knew that wasn't like real weight. My second week when I weighed in, I weighed 168, which gave me a total of weight loss of 7.5 pounds. The third week when I weighed in, I weighed 163.4, which gave me another 4.6 pounds weight loss for that week, which totaled to be 12.1. When I weighed in on week 4, which was January 29th, because I weigh in every Saturday, I weighed in at 163.4 again, so I didn't lose any weight, which was kind of disappointing, but I get it. My body's getting used to it. But my body fat percentage when I measured it, so originally it was 36.7, and then when I weighed in after 4 weeks of keto, was 34.9. So I was down almost 2 full percent body fat. I also did measure, and I ended up losing 4.75 inches. So almost 5 full inches. Most of it obviously came off my waist. I have learned a lot of things doing the keto. I've had to restructure how I eat, and it hasn't actually been that hard. I didn't have a lot of cravings. That could be because I started my goal on January 1st and I was so set to getting this going that when you hit that 7-day mark or wherever, that makes you have a lot of cravings. I just didn't hit that. I did about 28 days in, I did hit kind of like I just want to have a day off and go eat a bunch of junk food, which is what I would normally do. I'd normally go to a fast food place, give me something, and then I'm just one of those people, well, since I've already had a cheeseburger, the whole day's wasted, so let me go eat 12 donuts, 2 candy bars, and a box of cookies or whatever. I would splurge on sugar basically, which was not good. I haven't had those issues. I did have a little bit of a craving, but I think it was more of a ritual kind of a situation versus a like a craving, I guess. But when I went to Walmart, like I really didn't want to do that. So I got in there, I was like, I'm gonna look for some specific keto foods. So I found some fat bombs. They were like little mint chocolate little cups, so those were pretty good. I got me like a little keto candy bar, power bar, and then I got another power bar, and I basically snacked on those, and that basically satiated me, and I was fine. So keto has been pretty good, and 12.1 pounds for a full month I think is pretty good. So my second thing I started on was my novel, trying to make sure that I am progressing on my novel. I'm about 30-some thousand words in, so I'm a good chunk of the way in, but I decided to make some significant changes to my storyline to make it better, and it has made it a lot better. It's actually made me super excited about some of the shit that's going to go down in this thing and how it's going to come about. So I basically had to re-edit all the scenes and everything that I've already started on. So I've started over at the beginning, and I am 10 to 11 scenes in. I'm working 10 and 11 at the same time. I have roughly 75 scenes. So I've edited about 10 scenes. So that's not real bad. I'm hoping to pick up some momentum as I learn to prioritize more in February, which is one of the things that kind of tripped me up in January, just because I was learning how to do certain things. Like I would read at the end of the night, and my goal was to read a couple chapters and to finish a book a week. But since I was reading so late in the evening, I would fall asleep, or I would start to drift off after about a page and a half. So I had to reorganize how I did things when I got home, and I read first now, and I read a chapter or two. So I'm making some progress now. And then I also added in my author platform. This wasn't something I had decided I was going to do. It's just I was watching YouTube videos, and there was enough of them that suggested that I just go ahead and start my author platform, even though I'm not published or anything like that, that this would be a good time to get my name out there and hopefully get a following by the time I'm published, because then it will be a lot easier to get a deal and my books will sell quicker, which is great. So this is fun, since I'm giving up TV for the entire year. For one of my main goals is to finish my novel, so great idea. So that's what I'm doing. We're here, pow. So what else? So my third goal is my author platform, is to not only get it going, but to hopefully have it really well established by the time the end of the year comes. That way when I do publish, hopefully, next year, hopefully that, this will help me out and already be going. That'd be great. So the next thing I want to create is a website, and then I'll slowly move into other forms of social media, making sure I don't get overwhelmed with all these other goals and things I'm trying to do. I am going to do it. I just need to pace it right. So that's something I am definitely taking time for this year. That's why I'm taking a whole year to do a handful of goals. That way, by the end of the year, if those couple of goals, if I've only lost my weight and I finished my book at the end of the year, those are 2 big significant goals, I will be super happy. But I am going to use the year to focus on a bunch of other little things and habits, like taking care of my skin, because I'm getting a little older. Not that old, but I'm getting a little older. Just things I want to take care of myself and start doing things I really want to do. I want to paddleboard with my dogs. So all these little things I want to work on and incorporate throughout the year. And I want to take it slowly so that I don't get overwhelmed and just stop. The goal is to not stop, even if all I focus on is keto and writing. That would be awesome. But so what else has happened in January? So I haven't watched any TV, which is probably the big question here. I've given up TV for the entire year. I have not watched any TV. So I still watch my YouTube videos, learning how to do domain names, things about my YouTube channel, learn about writing. I watched one of my favorite YouTubers yesterday on one of her new videos for romance, which is awesome. It'll come in useful in my story. I've obviously got my author platform started. If you're watching this is video 2. Make sure you check out video 1. I've also started using a daily journal, which helps out a lot because then I can use this to help with my routines. And if it's wrote down, I seem to not wander and be like, oh, what am I going to do? It's in my book. I've already planned it. I know what I want to do because it's in this. So I check it out. It's a 3-month planner. It's a quarterly planner. I've been reading. I've started reading. I started with this one here. It's pretty good. It's called The Gentleman and the Thief, and it's a proper romance by Sarah Eden. I like it so far. It's placed like back in 1800s, 1865. It's pretty cute so far. I'll tell you more about it when I finish it. And then my next book on the list is this one. Whoop, whoop. I'm gonna read this next. I do have some self-help books that I like to read. I have the coach Mike Bayer. He has the Best Self book. I'm reading that one. I will start reading that one. And then I also have his One Decision. I've also started meditating again. I used to meditate years ago on my own, but I've started with some guided meditations. And I've been trying these talk down sleep meditations where they talk you to sleep. The guy that I listen to right now, I really like his voice because it's kind of like he has an accent and it's like English, Australian, something, I don't know. But his name is Jason Stevenson. But every time he says my name is Jason, I just automatically think of Jason Statham. And he kind of has that same accent. So it's very nice to listen to. It's very relaxing and stuff. But I usually fall asleep within 5-10 minutes of it. And the ones I've been listening to is like visualizations that's supposed to help put it out in the universe and then you get it back. But by the time we're visualizing anything, I'm already falling asleep. So I'm going to have to change that. Plus, I need to make a vision board because it'll help with visualizations a lot more for me. And then I have some things I want to do with my dogs. I want to, be a better dog mommy. I have been trying to keep them busy. Right now they are doing the hunting game so that I can make this video. It sounds like they're almost done. I cut up pieces of lunch meat. I did chicken this time. It's chicken lunch meat. And I cut them up into little squares and I go throughout the house and I'll hide them in places and they have to go through and find them. And then when they're done, we'll go together and I'll be like, oh, did you miss something? And I'll sniff around and here they come. They're coming looking and she's right here thinking I'm talking to her. So she's checking it out right now. Little Penny. I do have 3 dogs and I'll talk about them a lot and probably share stories and videos. One thing I do know is I need to learn to prioritize. So I've been moving things around a lot, trying to figure out the best routine to do things in. I do take my stuff to work with me. I usually take my laptop. If my journal's not filled out for the week, I'll take that with me, or I'll take my book and I'll read it. I usually take my laptop. My friend Christy has been letting me use her hotspot at work, which has been totally awesome. Thank you, Christy. So I have been able to get most of my edits done during that time, and I've had to rewrite a few scenes almost completely. So I feel like that has helped a lot. Since I started this author platform, it's kind of set some of that stuff back a little bit, but now that I feel like I got a flow going on here, I'm able to get on top of that a lot quicker. So a little bit more, I guess, about my book. Since I'm making a big structural change, I guess, a big story change, I don't want to tell too much about it, but the name is going to stay the same and the premise is pretty much the same. I'll tell you the title in this video, Finley Powers. Lost in Time. I'm very excited. I can't wait to finish it. I will need critique partners pretty soon as I get into this a little further. So I'm still working on it and I'm doing some editing. So as soon as I catch up a little bit, I'll be ready for some critique partners. And then of course later on, I'm gonna need some beta readers. So I'm hoping to make some friends here. That way I can find somebody maybe to, do some story swapping with and get some input on. So in my next video, I will talk more about more of the goals and little deeper details and some of the other things I want to incorporate into my life, some of the other things I'm wanting to do. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or if you have comments about something, Or if you are on your own journey, let me know what you're doing. Maybe we can, help each other out. We can be accountability partners, because this right here is definitely going to keep me accountable. I'm going to tell you what I'm doing, and I'm going to share with you what I have done and what I haven't done. For the month of January, I pretty much consider that a win, because I did do a lot of things. I've also been going to Zumba, which I forgot to mention. I love Zumba. Zumba is so much fun. And I have been going every Monday and Wednesday for the entire month of January, except for January 31st. I took that as a 3-day weekend, and I got so wrapped up in what I was doing at home, trying to get videos ready, trying to do some video editing, which I'm still learning about, and my internet connection is pissing me off about that, and I'm having issues. So hopefully I can get that figured out. But I have been going to Zumba. So I feel like I've gone every day, so I've had eight classes in a month, so I think that's pretty good. I think January is considered a win, even though it was just a, kind of filling things out and getting things going. So I will tell you in my next video also what kind of things I want to plan and do for February, and then we can see if I win or lose at the end of February. But I'll post more videos between now and then. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Let me know what your New Year's resolutions are. What are you doing? What are you willing to do to reach your goals and dreams? Are you willing to give up TV for an entire year like I am? Let me know. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.